A show that tackles the big issues affecting the BVI and the rest of the Caribbean. Searches for answers to today's big questions and gives viewers a unique perspective on developing stories. Follow the big story with me, Kathy Richards, only on JTV. This show is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Tertola Pier Park, NV Salon Spa Nail and Barbershop, the Wellness Center, Medical and Behavioral Health Clinics, Ticely Cross Deliciously Smooth Cider, HOV Medical, and Digicel. Sign up for Digicel Plus Home Light Bundles, faster internet, movies, and sports. This is The Big Story. I'm Kathy Richards. I want to thank you so much for joining us for today's edition. In studio with me is no one that is strange to the set, but she has not been around for a little while. Thank you so much for joining us, Natalie. She's the director of the BVI Tourist Board's Film Commission. And while the world evolves in the technology space with the AI and all of that, there is still that space for creatives.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Thank you for having me, Kathy. Film commissioner, not director.
Commissioner. Oh, well, okay. Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you for having me. Yes, I'm back again. I'm always seem to be here, but we're back again, of course, to promote the film competition. We held one last year. You would have recalled it was the 30th anniversary of the Film Commission. And so this year we decided, we had a great time last year, and we wanted to do another competition. We saw about 16 interested persons that, you know, initially thought they would enter the competition. Moving forward, for the final screenings and the award ceremony, we have 6 competitors. I think last year we had 6. This year we have 6 going forward again. So yeah, it's a good range. And funnily enough, this year we have documentaries because we open it up to documentaries. And so
give us the full layout of this year's, because we remember what happened last year.
Yes. So last year we would have had animation. We had an animated video, and we had other dramas, etc. So this year we have dramas, documentaries. We don't have the animation this year, unfortunately.
For some reason, persons were looking forward to that animation.
I know, yes.
So that tells me that person that did
that person it has entered.
Oh,
but they entered under another genre.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been going well. We've been preparing for that, and the event is on the 19th of November at UP Cineplex Cinema 1, starting at 6 p.m. And we start off with a small cocktail hour, and we go off to our screenings. Of course, there's an awards ceremony. We have awards for best cinematography. Well, it's a Neil Blyden Memorial Award for cinematography. We're repeating that this year. We have best editing, best directing, best actor and actress is chosen by none other than Mr. Sheldon Frett.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
We have best soundtrack will be chosen by an industry professional in Atlanta, Mr. Darren Still. We have the judges are based in the U.S., most in Atlanta.
Okay, so what you did, you sent the pieces to them, or they'll be on
Yes, we sent them their guidelines, the score sheets. We sent them the films, and they have viewed them. I've gotten some of the judging is scheduled to come in on today the 8th. But I've received some before. They're excited, they appreciate it, they seem very interested and had a good time viewing the shorts. So we wanted to include some industry professionals to let them know that, like, we're serious about what we're doing here. We want you to be serious about what you're doing as well. BVI, we have professionals in BVI, of course. We're not knocking anybody, but we wanted to have that level of viewership and critique and judging from industry professionals.
And it makes it more what's the right word? They're more neutral.
Yes, yes, exactly. So I mean, we didn't have any problems with the judging last year, nobody, but it does make it more neutral.
Yes, and even more fair.
Yeah.
Yes. To the perceived mind.
Yes. So last year we would have had them incorporate a few items. This year we did a little amount, a minimal amount. So they'll be incorporating based off of our competition. Is called the 284 Excellence Film Competition.
Okay.
We're promoting excellence in the film industry by our local professionals. Okay. And so with our logo, embedded in the logo, there are 3 icons. The turtle dove, obviously that's, traditional. We have a sailboat which represents sailing capital of the world. And we have windmill. And the windmill, Mount Healthy windmill specifically, represents us powering the film industry. Windmills were used to power things, right? So we're using that to represent powering the industry. So they were encouraged to or required to use one or all of those icons.
For all the categories?
All categories include a tourism inviting scene or image. They were to include, again, a recognizable person within the BVI, and it had to be filmed primarily in the BVI.
Okay.
So while I touch on that, I will note that we have an entry from the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Oh, so why?
Because
not strictly BVI.
No, it's not. It's open to anyone. We had inquiries from Atlanta. We had inquiries from St. Croix.
Oh.
Because of their location, we asked them to defer to next year because of the caveats that we
okay, because they would have had to come here and do all their filming.
We won't have those caveats. I think that it's fair to open it up to everyone because of where our vision is for the competition. We're envisioning a film festival in the BVI, and when you have a film festival, we can't include those. Well, we need to have a cultural scene, or we need to have a recognizable BVI lander. We can't include any of those, and we wanted to open it up this year. Also with the 284 24-hour Paradise Film Festival in St. Thomas, right next door. A lot of our film professionals enter that, and last year, I think, or the last year, we had someone that won Best Editing from BVI. So they're actually eligible to win their prize. So why aren't they eligible to come over and enter ours as well? And we're actually promoting excellence in the Virgin Islands. They welcome us into their competition, and anyone from around the world, and we're welcoming them as well.
That one person is in the the 6 finalists.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but competition helps you to grow, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, you can't sit on your laurels. You have to pay attention.
And then too, I'm particularly excited to see the final product. Considering the fact, like I alluded to in my opening remarks, is that we're advancing, where AI is kind of like taking over the world, but creatives are showing that we could even be in that space and continue to be creative. Right. There is still that room for us to thrive in that industry. You had all those persons who participated last year back this year. Did they all apply to?
They all submitted interest initially. We did have a few persons had some challenges with the weather that passed because the deadline was just before or right around that time. We gave an extension, but some persons still had challenges because they had scenes that included them going over to the sister islands. So some persons had to respectfully, I couldn't continue to give extensions. I did give an extension, and so persons that were in last year did initially. We do have a few from last year that are in this year.
Okay. The winner for last year overall prize is back?
No, he's not.
No?
He's not. He did not come to,
Okay.
to hold on to his title. He didn't.
Could you not defend?
It's up for grabs this year.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Yeah. So, is the showdown open to everyone? I call it the showdown.
The film screening and award ceremony, yes, it's open to everyone. Tickets are $30. It's at UP Cineplex Cinema 1 on November 19th. That's a Sunday, starting at 6 p.m. Once again, we're going to have a small cocktail hour before we start the screenings. Tickets can be purchased from the Tourist Board Waterfront information booth.
Okay.
Or they can call 852.
That's at the jetty. Okay.
Or they can call 852-6020.
Okay.
to reserve their tickets, and then they'll be presented with tickets.
Is this a gala kind of event?
It's a elegant affair. It's not a jeans and t-shirt event, and it will always be an elegant affair. So we look forward to that evening. And I do want to add that this year we have a special guest will be joining us for the film screening. It's a producer of a 3-time Emmy Award-winning series. His name is Mr. CJ Faison, and he will be doing a short screening of his documentary, which has been greenlighted for Netflix. So he'll be visiting the island for around that time, and he'll be a guest at the event as well.
Okay, we get to see a clip of his
documentary,
his documentary at the show, at the award ceremony.
And then another component that we're including this year is that we have a workshop for the film professionals, or local film professionals. So we have a workshop on the 20th, which follows the event on the 19th. The workshop is being held at HLSCC in the Learning Resource Center, and it's a full day workshop from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., break for lunch, obviously. And that's being conducted by a film professional from Atlanta, Georgia. So he'll be here conducting a videography workshop.
Okay, so, and that's open up to all
Open creatives. To anyone, and it's free.
And it's free.
Yes.
It's free.
Yes. So I would take advantage because, again, while you work or maybe have, some persons have graduated with the film degree, you work in the film space. It is a workshop presented by someone who is known for, he's won film festivals, some events at film festivals. He has some series on Amazon Prime, has worked with the likes of Tyler Perry, he's worked with a number of persons. So I think it would be good for persons to get in on the workshop, even if it's whether it's a beginner's stage, advanced, or and even if you're just curious. Exactly. Yeah, it's free.
Yeah, and a lot of people, still haven't decided what you really want to do.
Right.
So especially those young people probably just out of high school, now in college. Take the opportunity to see what it's like. You never know.
Yes.
I'll tell you a very short story. I remember I'm a journalist, per se, but I always just feel comfortable writing and narrating and putting my story out there in the hands of the editor to do all the technical part. And my boss insists, you learn to do this. And listen, the benefits that I've derived now from me knowing to handle my editing and everything all by myself. And so you never know. So you might be in one profession, but some things in that industry can apply if you just put
it can only be an advantage and an asset to you. It can't be a negative. It's a positive.
Awesome. And so remind us again. November 19th.
Sunday, November 19th at UP Cineplex, Cinema 1, starting at 6 p.m. with a cocktail hour. And then the film screenings begin, and then we go into the awards ceremony.
Awesome. Get your tickets.
Yes.
They're the jetty, the
tourist board, waterfront booth, the information booth at the
And that number
waterfront.
again?
The number is 852-6020 to reserve tickets.
Okay.
Or you can purchase at the waterfront booth.
It's another evening for... Why is my show doing this to me today? It's another evening for you to dress up, look nice, and come and enjoy.
And support
your creatives.
Virgin Islands filmmakers. Virgin Islands, because it's not just BVI. But I also...
the Virgin Islands.
Yes, Kathy, I also want to say thank you to our sponsors. We have a few sponsors. We do have National Bank of the Virgin Islands, sponsoring and supporting filmmakers in the Virgin Islands. We want to thank the dressing room for providing the wardrobe for our host, and Ayana's New Beginnings for doing her hair for that night. We want to thank Ocean Dreams. They're providing some transportation for us. We also want to thank Yash BVI, their advertisement business, so we were able to play some advertisement with them. And Republic Bank is sponsoring the second place prize, so we want to thank them. They came on at the very last minute. We want to thank them for that. And I think that's about it. So I think
when you start calling somebody,
I know, and so one other person, Sisters Planet, they're contributing to our decorations. So.
Awesome. I was asking what the prizes are. What's the top prize?
Right. So the top prize, the overall best in film, is $5,000. So they win a check for $5,000. National Bank is sponsoring the first place prize, which is $2,500 in a gift certificate from B&H Photo, which anyone in the space would know B&H Photo. And then, of course, Republic Bank sponsors the second place prize of $1,000.
Okay, awesome. No third place.
No, ma'am.
But everybody walks away with a little gift, I think,
Yes,
right?
a little gift bag.
Natalie, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Doing great. We know that the film industry is a big one. No matter what, it will continue to grow, although it continues to evolve. I'm glad to see we here in the Virgin Islands continuing to do our part for the creatives in this area.
Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Remember, November 19th, we go in and dress up and be part of that at UP's in a place. I'm Kathy Richards. Thank you so much for joining us.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year. Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
we will live well.
Plug into Digicel Plus and get even more entertainment with Disney Plus included. The best of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic all in one place. Whenever you want, plug into Plus to enjoy Disney Plus and much more with a home fiber bundle. Sign up today. Digicel Plus.